G'day trendsetters, how are you? Hope this video finds you well and thank you for dropping by. Now the purpose of today's video is to do a trial on several different brands and grades of potting mix. Why I'm doing that basically is because in past videos I have mentioned to use a good quality premium potting mix because you get better results. But I thought I'd put it to the test, put my money where my mouth is and give all these guys a trial. I've arranged them in order, and ascending order if you like. Brunnings, which is your basic budget brand potting mix, and it is $3.25. They're all 25 litre bags, $3.25 for a 25 litre bag. Next up is Hortico. It has an Australian standard ticks on it. I'll explain them in a little bit, but it's only black, which means it's just a bog standard potting mix without any added nutrition or fertilising. Next up, it's $5.99, $6 in round figures if you like. Next up is the Searles Premium Potting Mix, which is the one I use the most. It is $8.97, $9 in round figures. And it has the red ticks, Australian standard ticks, which means that this has nutrient added to the standard potting mix. And last but not least is Scott's Osmocote Professional. It's a premium plus, and again it's a step up in price to $11.87. So we're going from zero to hero, maybe. The Australian standard ticks, the 5 ticks, which says it meets the basic Australian standard requirements. You've got a black box and a red box. So on your basic potting mixes with a black box, that means it just meets the minimum required Australian standard for potting mix without any added nutrient. And the red one means it meets or exceeds the Australian standard for a premium potting mix, which has also got added nutrition and fertiliser into it. So I've got 2 with the red box, 1 with a black box, and 1 with nothing at all. Now, how I'm going to do it is I've bought new pots so as to avoid any cross-contamination from previous plant material in the pots. And labels, everything will be labelled so as I know what's what. And I've got 2 lots of lettuce here. One is a mini cos lettuce, and the other one is a lettuce, it's a baby butter lettuce, so they're both small. I've chosen leafy vegetables because they'll give you a more dramatic result of if there's problems within the potting mix, or if there's not enough nutrition or too much nutrition. So we're going with 2 different types of lettuce. So there'll be 2 200ml pots for each bag of potting mix. And just for a giggle, I've got some radish sparkler and some little 140ml pots. And I'll plant these because radish will come up pretty quick. Now I'm thinking we'll come back in about 6 weeks' time, and then we can evaluate which is the better potting mix. I'm still putting my money on the Searles, even though the Scott's Premium Plus is $3 over that. And I don't expect much from the Brunnings potting mix. I do use that, but I use it when I'm using a big pot. I'll put 2 or 3 of those in the bottom just as a filler, and then I'll do the top third or top half with the Searles Premium Mix. So what else? I think that's it. All I've got to do is assemble it. I've got a pathway behind me here. I'll line them up there. They'll receive equal amounts of water and sunshine, and then it's just a matter of sitting back and waiting. So without any further ado, I'll set this up. So at this stage I've filled the pots with the appropriate potting mix, labelled, and I'm just about to plant these little lettuce. These lettuce I bought first thing this morning from Bunnings just down the road. Also, you'll notice they're very little, and if you're ever going to buy seedlings from a nursery, try and get the littlest ones you can, because they'll have the less constrained root system. They'll still be growing well because they haven't sucked all the nutrient and everything out of the potting mix that they're in, and they should get away a lot quicker. So they are little, but that's fine. There's 4 cells in each plant, which fortunate for me is enough for each one in each pot. So without any further ado, one. I won't add any extra fertiliser than what's already in these potting mixes, which means these two that don't have any added potting mix are going to struggle. If I had the time, I could probably do another 4 of these pots and do 2 with added fertiliser and 2 without, but just for the sake of the exercise, I'm just going to do it straight as they come straight out of the bag. So this is the Bunnings one. It's not a bad texture of them all. This one from Scott's is the one I like the least as far as the texture is concerned. It's kind of fluffy and like there's lots of small particles of sawdust or something in there. But this one's, there's a lot of bark, pine bark and stuff in there, so it doesn't feel too bad, but that doesn't mean to say it's going to grow anything all that well. So I'll zip through these and I'll catch it out the other end. I'm rather curious myself as to the results I'm going to get. I'm pretty certain I'll know what I'll get from these two, which isn't much growth, and I'll probably get a yellowy type of leaf and not a very healthy looking plant. But out of the Searles and the Scott's premium mixes, I'm really curious to see which one's going to bounce and give me the better results. Put that in there. Mini cos lettuce. All right, job done. I'll clear a path up there. I'll put them like that as a block of 8 up on the path. Water daily, and I'll come back in 6 weeks and see how they go. You thought I'd forgotten the radish, didn't you? No, we'll go right now. I'll put 3 seeds in each one, which I'll need my glasses for. 3, cover them up. There you go. I do have to label them yet, but I do believe we're in business. If you want to see the results, please subscribe, and then you can be notified when I do make the next video on the results of these and the potting mix. If you've got any thoughts you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. And stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Off to a bad start here. This is the Scott's Premium Plus. I can't even get the water to go through the potting mix. I paid nearly $12 for this bag of potting mix. The other three, the water went straight through. Well, it's still going through. Maybe that's a sign that it'll hold the moisture longer. I don't know. We'll see. Okay.